Hi, this is Doug. I'm mainly a land seismic acquisition guy, but I had an opportunity to work on a marine seismic survey, and I really didn't know much about them, and I didn't see much about them on the internet that would show me an operation unfolding. So this is a 100-day survey that you can see unfold. Now, when the vessel leaves port, it heads toward the program area and starts deploying the streamers. That can take several days, maybe up to 10 days. And this is giving you an idea with the city of Calgary how big that streamer is. It's about 11 blocks wide by 110 blocks long. So it's a significant area that you are pulling in behind the vessel. And you have to keep moving. If you stop moving with all those streamers in behind you, they will get tangled. And of course, we've got directional stuff on the streamers to try to keep them in behind the vessel. There was a lot of current in the south. The streamers were drifting off line, so the crew decided to start up in the north. And here we are getting ready to start. And we had some issues, so we turned around and got going again. As you can see, a couple other vessels there working with us, and now we're online with our real first pass. But you can see the current had picked up again, and so the crew decided to swing down to the south. And off we go. And I'm showing that there was some coverage achieved there, and the coverage is shown after the pass and everything is processed. So now we're starting in the south and we're coming along. And of course we skip several lines because of vessel turning around and having to come back, and then it swings on and then it comes back and it overlaps by half the streamer width as we come back the other way to keep up with our coverage. With this vessel traveling every or 4.5 knots, the guns are firing about every 11 seconds to have a 25-meter interval. The streamers are kept down below about 20 meters because it's quieter down there than actually being at surface where the waves are. And you'll see some little spots in the coverage where we've actually have some gaps because of the feathering and the drifting of the streamers. And we will try to cover those up every now and then, doing a little quick turn to pick up or doing some more infill when we're doing that. Now, land seismic, we have our sources of noise, and of course, marine seismic have noise as well, and they can get noise from the cables twisting, the swells, which are like the waves, other ships passing nearby, steering the vessel and turning it a little bit, the currents, earthquakes, will pick up earthquakes, and then if we get barnacles, we can get quite a bit of drag. And then when we have helicopters for crew changes and whatnot, we have to take the vessel and turn it into the current to make it better for the helicopter to land. This is kind of showing in slow motion what the streamer tracking in behind the vessel looks like, and you can see the 12 individual streamers, and this is kind of showing a turn, and it takes about 3.5 hours to do that turn. And you can see that ideally the streamers would be directly behind the vessel, but we have to compensate by monitoring the geometry all the time. This is an air gun in slow motion firing. I've got it from different angles at the very end of this video. every now and then you'll see that quick little turn to do a little bit of infill. Move to another area because the currents got high again in about the middle of the survey, so went up to the north, worked there a while. And then we have to make sure that we can keep moving all the time, so we're in constant communication with other operators in the area. Because there's lots of fishing vessels and tankers and stuff, so we kind of plan as we see how they're coming, if we might have to move also. And then pretty soon I'll speed this up to 16 times. It's 8 times right now. So we speed up the survey a little bit. You get coverage outside of the boundary because as a vessel leaves the zone, it continues shooting until the streamers clear the zone. So we end up with coverage on the outside, but when we come around and we're entering, we just wait until we're inside with the vessel, and then we begin our shooting. And of course, when we drift off to the side, we're either doing maintenance on guns, on the streamers, cleaning them off, getting the barnacles off them, replacing stuff as it needs to be replaced, or maybe moving out of the area because of the swells. And here you can see we're almost complete, and then we'll just have a look at the gun firing. So there's a completed 7,500 square kilometer survey in 115 days or so. This is a very slow motion of the air bubble collapsing on itself as it's expanding. Expands, collapses, expands, collapses. And then we'll have a look at it from the different angles. So now this is looking at the gun from the back as the bubbles are exiting from ports on the side. And there it is, and I think we have one more. So it's very interesting for me to be involved with the Marine Survey, all sorts of logistics that I was unaware of. So it was a fascinating type of project, and I hope seeing how it kind of works might help someone else who hadn't had a chance to see a video like this before of the tracking of the vessel.